Let's go to our topic of the week. This week's topic is game changers. What bad calls can your doctor make that could have a major effect, be a game changer on your case? Now, I'm not talking about mistakes that doctors make. Usually it's not the mistakes that a doctor makes that cause you the biggest problem. The biggest problem comes with what is recorded in the doctor's medical records. And the number one problem that I see in my practice is a statement made by the doctor about causation. If you describe to the doctor that you had an automobile accident and you believe that your injuries arose from that automobile accident, and you describe sufficient mechanical or other forces affecting you that from this accident that cause you to suffer the various injuries, and that makes sense to the doctor, then the doctor is going to issue a causation opinion stating, usually in his medical records, that more probably than not, this person's broken leg, bruise, back pain, etc., is as a result of the nature of the accident described to me by my patient. If, on the other hand, you aren't clear and concise with respect to the nature of your accident, or you throw in extracurricular activities in that description as to what happened to you. Let's say you go to the doctor and you describe this automobile accident, but you also discuss other events and you confuse the doctor, then you can get an opinion from the doctor that may not be in your favor with respect to causation. What I'm trying to say here is be truthful, be honest, be concise and precise with respect to what happened in your accident. And as long as it makes sense to the doctor, and the doctor understands the nature of the injury, has done the diagnostic test, and it seems logical to his professional expertise, he or she will then render an opinion with respect to causation in regards to all of your injuries. So if you aren't concise and precise, you are going to lose that issue. Now, of course, as I've always advised on the show, don't lie to the doctor about past problems. Admit to those past problems, but of course, describe what problems you're currently having accurately and concisely as possible. Second issue that I see most frequently is maximum medical improvement. If you go into the doctor and you say, "I'm fine," that day, then it could very well mean in the doctor's mind's eye that you're at maximum medical improvement. Maybe what you meant by fine is that you're no better than you were the last appointment. And I've seen that happen quite frequently where the claimant or plaintiff calls me and says, "Well, I don't understand, Roger, the doctor released me from care." And I said, "Well, what did you say to him?" I said that I was the same as I was from the last appointment. And after talking to that patient, a client of mine, I discover that ultimately what they said to the doctor was that they're not getting any better, they're the same, and the doctor misinterpreted that as they are fine, they don't need any additional medical care, and the doctor put them at maximum medical improvement. Be an advocate. If you're not getting any better, ask the doctor why, ask the doctor what else can be done, ask the doctor about referrals to other physical therapists, to other specialists. Be an advocate for yourself, or have someone going with you, a loved one or close friend or associate go with you that can be an advocate on your behalf and get the appropriate medical care. Don't just be a lamb about it. Be aggressive and get the right medical care, and don't tell the doctor you're fine when you're not. Lastly, permanent restrictions is one that I see is dropped quite frequently. That is to say, the individual at the end of their treatment, medical treatment on their automobile accident case or claim, they tell the doctor that they don't really need any restrictions or limitations because their work is so light, or they don't describe to the doctor how this has affected their activities of daily living. You need to get the doctor's opinion in writing as to what you should or shouldn't be doing for the long term, and in a form of permanent restrictions or limitations. I suggest that you get your lawyer to help you do that, because if that's not done right, you will lose significant portions of your case, significant value in your case. I know a lot of people who have had soft tissue injury to the back, what everybody likes to call whiplash, and they settle their claim for not a significant amount of dollars because they didn't mention, or the doctor didn't mention, that this person was going to be affected the rest of their life in activities of daily living. And 20, 30 years after this accident, they're still having problems. It doesn't go away in many, many cases. Get it addressed by the doctor. That is those are the items of the topic of the week.